Namaste. Allow me to speak on this very important and relevant three-worded phrase which we refer to as body, mind and soul. The body and mind, as we all know, most of us are aware. Science will tell you a lot about body and mind. But unfortunately, when it comes to the soul, science is silent. And not only science. If you Google or go into the internet, most of the celebrities, spiritual artists, will explain soul is the ground of our being, is the essence of our being. It's the most crucial, vital aspect of our being. But what the hell is it? What is the soul? Every spiritual seeker, I'm sure, when you start learning something about the subject of spiritualism, soul is the main topic, is the main most vital item of the subject. And again, unfortunately, most of us claim we are spiritual. Most of us. Without even knowing what is the spirit. Of course, spirit in connection to the subject of spiritualism, and not like at times it is referred to alcohol or the demons or whatever. So, I think spiritual is the most abused word in this world of ours. Most abused. Everybody claims I'm spiritual without even knowing what do you mean by being spiritual. What do you mean by being what spiritual is all about? But there is one thing which you may agree. You may have all the wealth, the comfort, the family, the friends, but there'll always be something amiss, something not complete. You'll never be fulfilled until and unless your soul is active. Meaning, active means awakened. The only word that you can use for the soul is awakening of the soul. There is no other way. You have to awaken it, meaning it's already there inside you, sleeping. And all what you need is to awaken. Now ask anybody, how do you awaken the soul? They won't know. How do you awaken it? So soul is such an important factor that it confuses everybody. And it's the soul which directs the mind, which in turn directs the body. It is that superconscious section of the mind where there are no thoughts, where the mind is silent. That's where the soul is present. It is that silent zone which contains the spirit of awareness. So, soul has nothing to do with your personal life. It is impartial, it is impersonal, and you as a human being have been gifted with this divine, absolute, pure energy which does nothing in your mind, but if awakened, only witnesses your own mind. Humans are considered to be Thou art that. Tattvamasi. Shivoham. Aham Brahmasmi. It is that. Because of that soul containing the spirit, in which the spirit resides. And the role of the soul is simply to witness the mind. Now, what happens when it witnesses? What happens when you witness your own mind? No other living creature can do it. No other. Only humans. That's why we are accredited. That is why they say creator and the creation is one and the same. That is why that creator, that divine, is none other. It's not sitting there in the clouds or in the sky. It is there within you. It's just that it is sleeping. It's not awakened. And how you awaken is the art of living. It is the essence of perception. It is the essence of everything. Agreed. It is the essence. But only if it is awakened. And how do you awaken it? That which contains the spirit. The spirit is total awareness. So that is the difference between the spirit and the soul. The spirit is the awareness, presence of awareness, the highest attribute of energy, and soul, through the spirit, witnesses the mind. So it is referred to as the witnessing self. Its role is to witness the mind, or what the mind perceives and conceives, to think and experience, consciously, subconsciously, or superconsciously. Superconsciously is only when the soul is playing the role, and not the mind, meaning you're not thinking. The soul witnesses only in the present moment, whereas the mind is always stuck to the past, lost in the future, missing the present, in which the soul, in that space between, the soul resides. The mind, through its past, randomly and recklessly thinks, multitasking into this and that, creating havoc. That is why, in spite of everything, there'll always be something amiss, because you're not in the present moment. You can only be in the present moment when the soul is active, or when the soul is awakened. I'm sorry, I'm using the wrong word. Active, it should be awakened, when the soul is awakened. Because the soul merely witnesses your own mind. And that is how it connects to the mind. And then the mind, of course, is the most phenomenal, uncontrollable machine. We cannot control it for long. With whatever meditation, japa, vipassana, tai chi, whatever you may do, no, you can't control the mind. Not for long. Yes, for 10, 15, 20 minutes, yes. But if you say you can control the mind, you can control your desires, you can control your emotions, no, it keeps coming back. It churns. It churns inside, grilling you, making a barbecue out of you. So, what do you have to do? Body, mind and soul. Keep watching and witnessing your mind. And what does it happens? The moment the soul witnesses the mind becomes shy. It becomes conscious. First it becomes aware that somebody is watching. And it becomes conscious. So, it becomes conscious. It's very much like if you start staring at someone, what will happen? The person whom you're staring at will become a little shy. Will become aware that you're watching. There'll be a pause. It will become conscious. And that pause is enough for the mind to correct itself. Suppose if you've exploded, your mind has exploded into anger. And at that moment you witness your anger. There's a pause. And that pause will subside that anger. It will make you think, is it really worth it? Now that explosion, which could have caused a lot of damage just by witnessing, at that very existential moment, at that very present moment, what happens? The mind becomes shy, and it becomes conscious, and it becomes aware. So, that is what you're supposed to do. Witness your mind as often as you can. Thank you very much. And use the actual I. The actual I is not the mind. Mind is that thinking self, taking on you on a roller coaster ride of this and that, here and there, for your likes and dislikes, for its desires and emotions, creating havoc. And that is why you see so much of unrest in this world. From mess to misery, the world is chaotic. All because we are not aware of the soul. Thank you very much.